Hey everybody, it's Jedi Jon here again. We're going to be bringing you 5 good questions today on ITIL. All right, I'm here with Amanda Zimmer. Amanda, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, John. Thanks for having me. I'm Amanda Zimmer. I've been with Logical Operations for a little over 5.5 years. I've been on our U.S. sales team, as well as currently I'm the manager of partners and alliances. So part of my responsibilities is to oversee our accreditation partners, which Axelos and therefore PeopleCert is one of them.
Awesome. Well, that's why we have you here, because we've been getting a lot of questions on the show about ITIL. So number one, we get asked all the time, what is ITIL? So could you walk us through that?
ITIL is a best practice guidance for IT service management that's used by millions of practitioners worldwide at thousands of different organizations. It encourages consistency and continual improvement for businesses that are using IT-enabled services, as well as providing a common language and tools for those organizations to collaborate with their IT teams and deliver value to their businesses.
Great. So that's a good brief on what ITIL is. And now we're getting tons of questions that have come in around new schemes. So it seems like Axelos released a new scheme this year, as I understand it, V4.
Yep, so we actually dropped the V. So it's just ITIL 4 now.
Okay.
And so they did. Earlier this year, Axelos officially released their scheme with the ITIL Foundation, ITIL 4 Foundation course. And what it has done is allowed people who are working their way through ITIL certifications to be able to get designations earlier than they had in the V3. So I brought a copy of the new scheme, figuring this would come up. And so what you'll see is that there's a far less courses and exams than there had been in the previous scheme. We still start with foundation, and then we move into 2 different streams. There's the managing professional, as well as the strategic leader. And a student or a practitioner of ITIL will move through and take either or both to be able to then become an ITIL master. And as you complete these certifications that are beyond foundation, you now get different designations. So you can call yourself an ITIL specialist after taking foundations and one of these other courses. And then you get this designation that you'll see in blue as a managing professional or strategic leader after taking the courses that align with it.
Wow. Now, it seems that there's some confusion about ITIL 3 versus ITIL 4. And if someone has ITIL 3, do they just start over, or do they? So that seems to be a pretty popular question. Could you kind of cover how the schemes are either different or how you move from one to the other, or, from a student perspective?
Yeah. So you might remember that the ITIL V3 scheme gave a certain amount of credits per course. So it will depend on how many credits you have to make the decision if you want to start over or if you want to continue through the V3 scheme. All of the exams in the V3 are still available and expect to be available through at least the middle of next year, if not longer. And if you have only a handful of credits right now, say you've taken just foundation or just foundation in one of the intermediate courses from V3, you're probably going to want to just start new in the ITIL 4 scheme, especially if you've only had foundations. There's a lot of new content that's covered in the ITIL 4 foundation, including things on incorporating lean, agile, and DevOps into the training. So a lot of good skills that you're going to learn still by taking that again. But if you have, 10 or so of credits in the V3, it may be worthwhile for you to continue through, get the 17 credits that are needed to then take this managing professional transition course. And what that'll do is when you pass that exam, it'll give you this managing professional designation. And then from there, you can take the strategic leader track and become an ITIL master.
Wow. Now, I think that one of the challenges that a lot of training organizations face is that they struggle understanding how they can get started offering ITIL, because we got a lot of questions about, like, I have people requesting ITIL Foundations or ITIL V3 or ITIL 4, and they don't really know how to get started.
Sure.
So could you walk us through the process of getting started offering ITIL if you're a training center or a college or someone that provides training?
Sure. So there's three main parts that need to be accredited. There's your organization, and by that you can either be an affiliate of an ATO or an authorized training organization or an ATO yourself. And there's different criteria that are needed to be able to be either of those things. So there's an application process that you'll need to go through and some proof about what your organization is as a business, registration numbers, things like that. You also need to have an accredited trainer. And so there's an application for your trainer to fill out, and then they'll need to show certain certifications that they have within the ITIL schemes to show that they are qualified to teach it. And then you need accredited courseware. So as part of the process of becoming either an affiliate or an ATO, you select the courseware that you want to use, that you will use for all of your training, and then you need to show that your instructor has reviewed that and understands it and is comfortable with the material.
Awesome. Now, last question. Where does logical operations fit within what you just described? So what are the advantages of working with logical operations? How do we help our customers? We got a lot of those questions.
Sure.
So let's take them kind of all as one and describe what working with logical operations is like.
So we're here to help, and we're here to hold your hand through this whole process. So you'll work with your account rep as well as myself to fill out all of the paperwork and the application that's needed. We'll review it, make sure that all of the information is correct and accurate and is what PeopleCert wants to see. And then we'll submit that on your behalf, and hopefully you'll get first time approval. If not, we'll correct what needs to happen and be able to get your designation as an affiliate. And then so we're here to help you through that process. Our content is all accredited from the foundation all the way through for the V3 scheme, as well as for what the courses that are currently available for the ITIL 4 scheme. So we've done that part for you as far as getting content written and accredited. You can use ours. Our foundation course has a lot of really cool additional assets that are available, including 2 additional sample papers or mastery builders. So the student would actually have access to those 2, as well as the 2 official sample papers to be able to take 4 different practice exams before they sit for the exam, for the official ITIL Foundation exam. As well as if you are one of those students that has taken V3, that has now taken ITIL 4 Foundation again, we have some notes in our book that will highlight the differences between 3 and 4. So it'll help you kind of transition your knowledge and understand what's new and different in the scheme. And then one of the bigger things I think that we do for our customers and our affiliates is we actually give them direct access to the system that you would use to purchase and schedule your exams. So whether you're purchasing exam vouchers or you're scheduling exams using your instructor as the proctor, you would have access to that directly. So you're not waiting on someone from logical operations to approve your exam or add a student or take away a student or whatever it might be, or reschedule it. You can be able to do that in live time and be able to have access yourself to do it.
Well, Amanda, this is a very complicated topic, obviously, which is why we have such a competent professional working this relationship for us. The last bit is if students have any questions, or if a training center has a question, who do they reach out to at Logical Operations to get this process started?
So I would first talk to your account rep, and if you don't have an account rep, contact our customer service department and they'll get you in touch with them. And then usually the next step is that we set up a meeting with myself and them to go through all of those applications. We'll review it so you understand what's actually being asked of you and the information we need back to submit, and then answer any other questions someone might have about the process.
Well, Amanda, that is perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today on 5 Good Questions.
Happy to be here.
Well, I'm Jedi Jon, and this has been 5 Good Questions today on ITIL with Amanda Zimmer. May the sales be with you.